Hi guys, Mun from Belief. It's the 21st of May 2026. The time is 2:25 p.m. Now, I'm just leaving my office now to go and see someone because I don't have internet connectivity today. I have so much to do, and the NBN decided to dig up the pit on our street, which is disabled access for everybody. Unfortunately, they provided zero notification. So I've kind of had to postpone most of the day and tomorrow. Now, tomorrow's a day on Fridays, as you're well aware, is the day where we push out all websites, where we do updates to plugins and all those sorts of. So tomorrow is going to be a terrible day until about 2 p.m. After which time I sort of have all the time in the world for anybody that needs anything done. I do generally the moment keep Friday afternoons open. Now, the purpose of this video is to talk about our website, right? Our website product with 2 websites that refuse to sell, 3 now. Now, this comes off the back of recording a whole bunch of Facebook videos, Facebook review videos, critique videos that we've made certainly in the last 2 or 3 days. While I've been bouncing around partner meetings, I've had time in the car between each meeting. When I'm sitting there as the passenger, I've got nothing better to do most of the time. So I record these things now. It's given me a renewed skepticism about the future of financial marketing, quite honestly.
Yes.
Every ad I'm looking at is either flawed, low performing, or broken. Those that come off our rescue package are normally broken. Like I looked at an ad just today that's been running for the better part of a couple of months. This poor mortgage broker in Western Australia, and his ad is still broken. I make it a point now that I do not contact those mortgage brokers directly to let them know, because it sounds salesy. So I kind of have to let them figure it out for themselves, which I hate doing. Because I know these brokers are throwing money down the drain. They're donating money to Facebook. Sadly, though, if you don't have an advert or landing page experience, that is optimized, and it's exactly what you are doing. You're paying for Mark Zuckerberg's caviar, essentially. You know, you're paying for he and his missus to go out buy a $500 potato, all that sort of stuff. So, I don't know what to do about it necessarily. I don't know how to tackle this problem, this industry problem of those that are led astray by poor marketing advice and certainly inefficient, ineffectual, non-compliant technology. Like I don't want to give too much of our stuff away for free, because that's dumb, right? But we're getting to the point now where there's little option. What we have decided to do is anyone in the rescue package, as of the end of our current rescue trial, so $2 million, if we don't triple your results on the back of, the business grows, Transformers, Panda Bear, Sun Bear, whatever the name of that company, and there's a bunch of others, the Jess Peter, Sampear, a couple of coaches, those people that support the programs and so on. So we'll give you $2 million if we don't triple your results. The reality is we multiply them by 500%, which is easy to do. But half the time, from what we've seen of those 7 guys that have come to us now and are logged in for the program, so there's only 5 spots left. Of those guys that have come to us thus far, they're not suited to the program, quite honestly. They come to us from the right people and they've got terrible results, but we're usually able to fix their problem by submitting their leads to the correct broker. If you're submitting someone to a calendar at the end of that landing flow, where all we're doing is changing it so that the leads that are submitted are actually coming to them rather than somebody else, which is a catastrophic mistake that would be impossible to do in our system. Our Yabba system wouldn't allow that to happen. It would be impossible. But we're seeing it repeatedly. I'm seeing it repeatedly, like over and over. So of the 7, 6 of them weren't ideal candidates because out of the gate I said, listen, you can participate, but I can improve upon your results by maybe 3 or 4 times by, if they come to us at 1, I'll say I can improve the results by 2 or 3 this afternoon. So it hasn't been ideal. I'd like to get guys that have a functional experience. I know that's difficult with those guys in our rescue because they're so often broken. The ads are generic, poor performing nonsense. But I want to get somebody that's actually getting results. For example, the medical campaigns that we do generally return about 10 times what comparable campaigns do. It should be impossible to achieve that. I say this all the time. It should be impossible to achieve. And it should be impossible for any digital company anywhere. And most, if we inherited a campaign from even, some guys that aren't great, but they're established digital guys with, maybe a decade in the industry, they actually understand the craft, know a few languages, are able to sort of build those little JavaScript bridges and stuff like that. If we inherit somebody from them, we'll only double their stuff. And that doubling is by virtue of our understanding of the market. It's we shouldn't be able to inherit something and multiply returns or results by 10 times. And that really shits me. I wish these guys would contact me, say, what are you doing? Because I give the advice away freely. I'm not going to tell them what it is on these videos, but I want them to call me and then maybe refund it because with all their ad spend, because what they were doing was the work of an incompetent monkey. So I know I said I'd talk about the website, and I've just arrived somewhere, so I can't actually do that. So I'm going to record another video in about 20 seconds and talk about video after I've dropped off this USB drive. Hang on. Bye-bye. Hi guys, Martin from Belief, the 21st of May 2026. The time is about 5:30 p.m. Already dark. It's getting very dark very early these days. So I'm recording a video in my car like a dish bag. Unfortunately, it's the first opportunity I've had to do so. Now, it's continuing on from a conversation that I was having with you all today, a one-way conversation, obviously, in regards to our website, but I never actually got there. It was about 7 or 8 minutes in, and I had to stop for something, and so you can essentially consider this part 2, because what I was talking about, and I'll refresh your memory, so a lot of people have seen this, haven't seen the first part, is I was talking about our rescue package. We multiply the results of those companies in our shit list by 3 times, or we give you $2 million. And I've told you over and over, not a single person is going to claim that $2 million. It's physically impossible because the results of those in our rescue package are reliably, predictably crap. So unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And this is the only way we can really sort of prove a point to the industry and maybe put these people in their place and have people rethink their connection or association with them because they are delivering worst practice results. And certainly all those in our rescue package, the one commonality that they have is that every single one of them is not compliant. By 100% not compliant. They make the effort, but they do so very poorly. Nonetheless, when we inherit guys, in fact, with inheritance, so we're putting 12 people through. That's 4 over 3 months. So 4 in month 1, 4 in month 2, 4 in month 3. Now, we've had 7 people come to us. Of that 7, 6 of them were an easy fix. And this is the problem. This is the problem that I started to talk about, I think, in the last video. 6 of them, we had to say, listen, we can make you wait. In fact, 2 of them, I only sort of cemented this information today. I said, we can make you wait a couple of months because we're not putting the first group through until the end of next month, which means people can effectively wait a few months because rescue is staggered. So I sent through a request to our insurer today and asked, can we modify the policy and do 10 people in a month? Just take on 10, but do more within a month. So they gave us one a week because they thought that's what we would need in order to build the campaign. Now, what I've discovered is we only need about 3 or 4 minutes. And certainly 6 of the 7 were just quick fixes. Half these people coming to us, 2 guys were linking their calendar. They're linking their form that they have on the dumb landing page to somebody else's calendar, which means there was another broker out there getting double the leads and he was getting none. Like the mistakes these guys are making are monumentally shit, right? They are the scourge of the industry. And again, this is the only way I can highlight their incompetence and ineffectual nature of what they do. Then I need the industry to know that they are better off doing it by themselves. Because remember, I'm not selling you our service, right? All I do is say, this is what you need to do in order to do it yourself. I put you through our webinar program and you come out the end and I give you every guarantee and I say, you will know more and have more skill coming out of our webinar program than anybody that claims to provide service to the industry, a Facebook service. The one requirement we have is you don't sell leads. One requirement we have above all else is you don't start selling leads. The exception to that is when you're doing the webinar for the purpose of providing a specific group, a franchise group, and solo branded group with leads. We permit that, obviously. So the one thing that has made these guys have an extraordinary experience, like our current guys and everything else, is their website. Now, a website of any type is quite honestly useless unless people visit it. It is figuratively, it's a drop of water in the ocean. People won't find you unless A, you've got a content creation strategy, B, you engage in SEO, which leads to the former, C, you have a partner program which sends out the digital referrals, or you engage in paid promotion or some other outreach program, because we have a ton of them as part of our broader matrix program, right? So you have to promote your website, because your website, if it's not promoted, won't return your results. However, it does have the capacity through its inbuilt. It's more sophisticated from an SEO perspective than any website in the market, right? And certainly in the finance industry. But the framework there is brilliant. It's optimized for AI, and with some of the modifications made for WordPress 7.0, it gets even better, like crazy good. We no longer have to support you with our own AI for, bottom of the barrel nonsense, commercially sensitive stuff like all the auto-populating tags and things like that. A lot of the stuff from within the website environment now links organically. Just got a message from young David, a guy I spoke to today about first-time buyer Facebook ad. Not applied, but great guy who's doing his best down in Victoria. So David, if you're listening, I'll get back to that message very shortly. So the website experience. But I got distracted by the message popping up on my screen. Nonetheless, the website, guys. So certainly if you're engaged in paid promotion, your funnel, it's shaped around your website experience. Your funnel is shaped around the digital epicenter of your marketing universe. So, our Streets module, for example, 25 pages. Our lender module is now about 20,000 pages. Our Streets module is 20 million pages. There's so many resources and tools. You've got gamified engagement facilities. You've got a whole bunch of tools within your website that respond and react to user behavior. Now, if you're coming in off an autoresponder program or off an email campaign, I've got to get this video uploaded tonight. I haven't had internet to do so. It's going to respond to that email. Like, the website is intelligent. And that's why at the moment it's $3,400 a month. $3,400 for 12 months. And then it's just the standard subscription fee, the standard hosting fee, basically. You get access to Yabba, email marketing facilities, SMS marketing facilities, our support in the back end, which quite frankly is worth, if you if you are engaged in paid promotion, the advice you get off me and Dom and certainly the broader team is worth its weight in gold. And part of the reason we're going to just up the price on the website is because if we deliver websites, people consider us to be website guys. We're not. We're a fintech company that builds high-end marketing solutions. We've got so many of our guys now that we do over $1 million a month, right, in ad spend, well over $1 million a month actually. And then we get an email regarding somebody wants the font changed on their website, and it just seems like the website now has become something that we shouldn't need to worry about because we're dealing with such high-value candidates on the other end of the spectrum. So that is kind of, the reason, not to sound harsh or anything, but it's just we need to focus on delivering guys with an incredible Facebook experience, and our experience exceeds that of the industry by a significant margin. Like our results are consistently. We have never in our history inherited someone where we haven't multiplied their results by, 5, 6, 7 times. The rescue package we did previously, which was $1 million cash back, the lowest result I think was 550%, but I have to confirm that. It was no higher than, it was 555%, 5.5 times the results. So that's an indictment of what other people are doing rather than what we can do ourselves, because we get guys from other companies and you look at it, you go, well, stick with the existing company because what they're doing is quite good. You don't want to change it. It's working right now. Just stick with it. But like I said before, we got a medical ad come to us, and this guy's paying $1,200. Or $1,020 for a conversion. $1,020 was his last conversion. That's so high. And his ad was generic and fluffy. It was the fake podcast format, all that sort of nonsense people do. The copy was generic. Facebook deranked his ad on the basis of poor copy, poor visuals, poor creative, all that sort of stuff, what they do. And that they're deranking you within the reach algorithm. This guy just did nothing about it because he doesn't give a shit. Anyway, so websites the bee's knees. If you want to run an effective marketing campaign, you need our website. It's only 3,400 plus GST right now. A little bit less if you're new to the industry within that 2 years and still been mentored. Give me a call, guys. 0400 777 300. Bye-bye.